What's up, guys? My name is JDCook5 and welcome to the instant match review of the Brighton versus Chelsea game where Chelsea visited the Amex and they took all 3 points away from the Seagulls, and we've got another victory under our belt. Before we get into this match review, it would be much appreciated if you're able to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 as we currently speak, so if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, and if you have done so already, hit that notification button so you never miss a video. A massive win for Chelsea then as we get another 3 points added to the bag, making it a 4th win in a row. Very happy lad, that is for sure. So glad that we're able to get another victory, especially on the road. It's never been easy for us away from home. Let's get straight into the interview and let's talk everything about this game. So another win on the road for the Blues as we got the 2-1 victory against Brighton. Seems to be that we're picking up so many points as of late. We're only basically like the 4th best team in the land at the moment. It's unbelievable how many points we picked up since the 15th of December. No other team picking up more points than us compared to Liverpool, Manchester City or Arsenal. So that's some stat, that is for sure. But it's far too late for Mauricio Pochettino. But we have confirmed a Europa League conference spot, but we could move that up to Europa League spot if we were to become victorious on Sunday against Bournemouth. We'll have a review for that on Saturday, that is for sure. But more in depth of the game, it was thanks to Cole Palmer and Christopher Nkunku that fired Chelsea 2-0 ahead. Cole Palmer getting a goal in the first half, then after a really good header assisted by Marc Cucurella against his former side, and it was the second goal for Christopher Nkunku, then firing his side a 2-goal advantage with the thanks of Malo Gusto. And it seemed to be that the game was pretty much done and dusted, but no thanks to Reece James. He lost his head in the late minutes, and it seemed to be after having plus 10 on the clock, Brighton will get themselves back into the game after Danny Welbeck got the first goal of the game and a way of celebrating his new contract that he's got till 2026. But it is a big one for Chelsea. Another win on the road, as I mentioned. Games like this last season, there was no possibility that we would win them, and even like times this season we've kind of messed up chances where we could have gone further than wanted. But it is absolutely crazy. In terms of the stats, Cole Palmer has opened scoring for the 9th time in his Premier League season, the joint most by a Chelsea player in a single campaign, and he actually matches the records of Gianfranco Zola, Didier Drogba and Eden Hazard. That man is just unbelievable, to be honest. So 4 winners in a row for the Blues and 5 unbeaten after that humiliating defeat to Arsenal at the Emirates. Seems to be that we've got a real sense of togetherness, a bit of teamwork. We've obviously had the moments against Everton with the arguments with the penalties, and it seems to be there was just nothing apart from a team full of individuals, but we have definitely scraped that sort of kind of word from everybody's mouth, and it seems to be that we're getting 3 points after 3 points. It was so nice to see Christopher Nkunku back in the side and back in kind of scoring ways also. Nkunku came on for the injured Mykhailo Mudryk, who suffered a bit of concussion in the first half, and it seemed to be that Tariq Lamptey was actually quite lucky to be on the pitch. In terms of the decisions made on field, Chelsea were denied a penalty after Marc Cucurella was brought down in the box before Chelsea's first goal, and another goal where it was a point where Jackson, I think, put it in the back of the net, but it was ruled off for a foul or an offside. They wasn't too sure. But yeah, so many points where it was a bit questionable on the VAR decisions, and then obviously they go and kind of get one themselves where they make the red card. Seems to be that Reece was in the wrong, and we have to accept it for what it is, though, that is for sure. In terms of the stats, Brighton had 54% possession, Chelsea had 46. In terms of the shots, Brighton had 11 and then Chelsea had 13. Shots on target, 2 to 6 there, and we was pretty much similar on the passes there. Brighton had 492, Chelsea had 427, so pretty accurate in terms of the level and stats. But yeah, that red card for Reece James could have really messed up proceedings for Chelsea, to be honest. Thankfully, Man United were able to do us a favour and being able to kind of get a victory against Newcastle United after they came out on top with a 3-2 win there. So very happy that is the case also, because that will mean obviously if we were to get a win on Sunday, we will secure that European spot. But yeah, we got very lucky at the end with Reece James getting sent off, and then they had the plus 10. So I feel like that red card kind of gave him a cheer up. The game was done and dusted. There was no need to commit such a foul at the end of the day, and unfortunately Reece nearly messed up, but hopefully he'll learn from that. He'll be suspended at the end of this season, so he'll be missing the last game of the season, but he may be also missing the start of next season due to the fact that he was sent off for violent conduct. We'll wait to be able to hear the Premier League say on that and whether Chelsea were appeal the decision, but I don't think they will, and even if they were to, I don't think it will get overturned, to be honest. But in the end, actually, it's just one of those. We have to kind of push on and go even further now, because even though that we've got this victory and we can kind of celebrate for what it is now, we need to push on to Sunday, because if we aren't to win to Sunday and get that Europa League spot, I feel like it's a little bit of a failure for Chelsea, to be honest. Finishing top 6 will really kind of be the icing on the cake to a poor season for Chelsea. It could be an FA Cup final at the end of it, but unfortunately we all know what happened in that one. But yeah, I feel like this would be a good end to the season, being able to get top 6. I mean, we never expected that, and we've always been floating from 11th to 10th, and every time we got to 10th, we'd kind of sarcastically celebrate and say, oh, we're top half now, and we just never really felt like we was going to go any further. But Mauricio Pochettino has definitely brought the team together, and whatever he's doing, it seems to be working, that is for sure. There's no way that we should sack him. That's 100%. We need to stick with Mauricio Pochettino, and we need to move on next season in better ways. I reckon top 4 is definitely achievable if we can play like this week in, week out. But let's get into these player ratings, and let's talk about everyone that played for Chelsea today. Just a noted fact also, if you watch the previous preview, I actually got the prediction right. So we've got one right. Let's see how many else we can get right. Let's see if we can get Sunday right. But into the player ratings, this was the team that he started for Mauricio Pochettino. It was Petrovic in goal. In the back 4, Cucurella, Chalobah, Badiashile and Gusto. In the middle, Gallagher and Caicedo, with Mudryk, Palmer and Madueke just in front, with Nicholas Jackson making the sole striker. Starting from bottom to top, Diorje Petrovic had an okay game. Didn't really have to do much. Brighton became a little bit unlucky by hitting the upright twice. Seems to be that he made the odd chance where he could kind of make a save and come out for it when needed. His distribution's always been good, and coming out for balls at the same time has always been good. But yeah, not a lot to do. I don't think he could have done much on that goal at the same time as well. So it's one of those, I feel like he's had a good season, to be honest. He's kept a fair few clean sheets as of late, and obviously it's been a bit hit and miss. But in all honesty, I feel like he's done what he could do in this particular game, and I would give him a 6.8 rating. And then Chalobah, 7.0 for me. Nearly, I would say he could be even higher, to be honest. He had a brilliant game, to be honest. A load of blocks, a load of defensive interventions, had his work cut out tonight. I would say that's going even higher. I've never put a 7.0, but I'm actually going to go for a 7.9. So yeah, very good game from Trevor Chalobah. Benway Badiashile, he was good in some aspects. He was kind of good in getting crosses out. I'd say a 6.5. I don't feel like he would really be doing much. Obviously, he had that set up for Nicholas Jackson where he had a goal ruled out at the same time after a proper load of VAR just interventions where, of course, it never really goes our way. But yeah, he kind of contributed in the right way. I'm just still not sure on what he kind of provides for the side. I feel like there's better choices in what we've got to offer, but seems to be that Mauricio Pochettino sees something in him, but I will give him a 6.5 rating. Marc Cucurella facing his former side. Every time he touched the ball, he got booed. Of course he did. Brighton fans, very sour, but it only needs to be that he is a good player. Of course he is. Marc Cucurella, he is absolutely phenomenal. 7.9 rating for the Spaniard today. Thought he was very good, to be honest, and he looked completely unfazed by the boos at the same time. Really kind of unlucky not to win the penalty early on, and I feel like that was a penalty, to be honest, but he did get the assist at the same time, so very happy for his contributions, and I reckon a 7.9 rating for Marc Cucurella. Malo Gusto, 8.5, my man of the match today. Unbelievable performance from Malo. Every game he seems to be able to play, he's just unbelievable. I feel like he's just getting better and better, though, to be honest, and it's so nice to see him back in the side. Obviously, he's been out for a few kind of games where he's been injured, and he's been coming as a substitute here and there where he's getting up to match fitness. But yeah, Malo Gusto has been tip-top condition to us, to be honest, and he's been top. I really do kind of like Malo Gusto. He's got so much to offer, and with that confirmation of Reece James' suspension, he will be out for 4 games, so we're going to be relying on Malo a lot in the start of the season, that is for sure. But yeah, top condition from Malo Gusto, and an 8.5 rating for himself. Conor Gallagher, I feel like it's a little bit harsh. 6.7 rating. He did okay. Obviously, he cleared the dangerous corner from under his own crossbar, which was a decent clearance at the end of the day, but just not really contributing as much as I would like to. Conor Gallagher's been amongst the goals as late, but it didn't seem to be the case today. Decent game. I wouldn't say it was the best of performances, but I wouldn't say it's the worst. Moises Caicedo, steady in midfield. I wouldn't say he really had a lot to do, to be honest. A 6.43 rating from Moises Caicedo. Again, another player that was booed every time he touched the ball because Brighton fans were very sour of his transfer and how it all went on. But yeah, 6.3 rating. I wouldn't say he was really special, but I wouldn't again say that he was really poor. So that would be that. Noni Madueke, a quiet display from him in the end, to be honest. He did have a few chances. He was involved in some of the actual aspects of the second goal. But yeah, it was one of those. I wouldn't have started him today, but that's just my preference. I feel like he had a good game though. I wouldn't say he was spectacular. Again, I wouldn't say he was really, really poor. So 6.7 rating is same as Conor Gallagher. Mykhailo Mudryk had to come off early, a 6 rating. He couldn't couldn't really do much. I thought he was unlucky where he was in on goal and it actually got ruled as a foul, but when he actually played it back, he actually just fell over. So he was probably denied a big opportunity he's been able to score. But yeah, get well soon to Mykhailo Mudryk. Hopefully he will be better soon. Cole Palmer, 8.0 rating. I mean, what can that man not do? Another goal added to the tally for himself for the season, and it seems to be that he will finish second on the actual top goal scorers itself. He's just absolutely phenomenal. There's just nothing he can't do. A really good header. I didn't really think he had it in his locker, to be honest, because he's not really one to score headers, only scoring one this season, if I'm correct. But an absolute top performance there from Cole Palmer. 8.0 rating. If it wasn't Malo Gusto getting the man of the match, it would definitely be Cole Palmer. Nicholas Jackson, it wasn't the best of games from himself. We saw a little bit of selfishness kind of creep in for Nicholas Jackson, where he could have offloaded the ball so many times. I think there was one point where if he had actually played it off, they ruled it offside, but if he actually played it off and we were to have scored, that would have got overruled on the VAR. 6.4 rating for Nicholas Jackson. I didn't feel like he had his best of games, and it was just one of those where he can't score every game. He's been phenomenal as of late, but yeah, hopefully we might be able to see a few goals in the end of the season game. Christopher Nkunku coming off of a Mykhailo Mudryk and obviously then starting the full second half. It's probably the most minutes we've seen since December, which is absolutely insane to say, to be honest. Christopher Nkunku, he's just unbelievable. He's such a talent, but we just haven't seen it yet because of the injuries that he's prevailed. But 8.0 rating for myself for Christopher Nkunku. Once again, a top performance there from the Frenchman. Nice to see him with his trademark celebration with a blue balloon instead of a red, obviously, where he played at RB Leipzig. But top performance from Christopher Nkunku on the score sheet, and I reckon he'll be a pivotal player for Chelsea next season. Reece James, probably the least I talk about Reece, the better. I mean, he really could have wasted a game for us. I mean, that was so poor. Being the captain at the same time, he needs to learn better. He's had a few times where he's been sent off in his career, so he needs to take that away from his game and he needs to learn from it. But he's still young, though, still a lot to learn, and I reckon Reece James is probably kicking himself right now, knowing that could have been the fact, because he is proper Chelsea. Raheem Sterling didn't really have much time, didn't really have much to impact the game. 6.0 rating. Wouldn't say that there was anything else to really do for Raheem Sterling, so it was one of those. But yeah, in the end, we got there. A collective team performance. We scraped a win. We did what we needed to do. Cole Palmer, classy as ever, and it was Trevor Chalobah and Malo Gusto that seemed to be, and Marc Cucurella, to be honest, that mean to be solid in defence. If we sell Trevor Chalobah next season, I will be absolutely gobsmacked, because since he's coming back from injury, he has been absolutely superb, and the same goes for Marc Cucurella. Unbelievable performances from the Spaniard, and yeah, I'm really starting to like this team now. Little few extras, little few tweaks here and there. I reckon we're on for something next season, that is for sure. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this particular review. We'll have a preview on Saturday for the Bournemouth game, for the last game of the season, and then we'll probably do an end of season roundup in the week with many other things coming together. But as I mentioned, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.